Hey, everybody. Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Dave with you, Dave Mitchell, motivational speaker, author, and brand owner of Prep Gears, prepgears.com, a wonderful, outstanding activewear and casual wear brand that's made with so much pizzazz and expertise. Thanks for joining in. Please subscribe, like, share, and have some comments. Here's some interesting, respectful comments that you may have. I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic. The Maya Angelou. Yes, Maya Angelou, the poet laureate, the legendary writer, essayist. Um, she's late now, but she's an historical figure in the regards of literature. A U.S. American born author, writer, someone who's dear to me, being a writer myself, not on that level, but someone who has uh, introduced some of her poems to different audiences um, on a broadcast I was on a radio at one time, doing a guest, being a guest host on a radio station. I was sharing some of her commentary, her poems. Uh, she's was an outstanding, terrific, tremendous, brilliant genius of a writer. Uh, and for those who don't know her, she was a special Black American contributor to not just Black culture, but not even just to U.S. culture, but world culture regarding her writings and her arts. You know, she was a terrific person, a phenomenal lady uh, who also was a humanitarian. She was still imperfect. She had a checkered past. She was, from my understanding, into prostitution, kind of shady. And I say that not to disparage her, but just to show the humanity, the realness of her, and what she overcame, and what she did to build herself up in a positive way, in a very, very motivational way, to lead her life and to be a source of great motivation and inspiration and encouragement to others, not just other people of color, Black Americans or women or girls, but to people in general, the world over. Yes, Maya Angelou was a tremendous person. Her spirit lives on through her writings and her contributions. She was selected, her image, her honor, selected to be represented on the U.S. coin, the U.S. quarter. Now, that's a tremendous thing. That's wonderful. It's a very fine on several different levels. One, it's a source of, an example of empowerment to women. Um, it represents her legacy. It honors her in a very fine way. And I salute that. I think that's positive, and many people will be inspired by that example. Now, from another standpoint, uh, it's pretty much a nothing burger when it comes from the politicians. They need to do more than just put people's images on coins. They need to do a heck of a lot more, a hell of a lot more to help people. And it's a great form of symbolism, but it should be just looked upon as a form of symbolism that honors someone, but not necessarily, you know, do a whole lot more as far as tangibles. But that's a whole nother different category. But I just wanted to add that perspective in. Um, yes, putting her on a quarter, they need to also put quarters and dollars in people's pockets. the American government, the politicians, to serve the people well, not a handout, but a hand up. Uh, and this is, what I want to be understood and not taken out of context. That using her image and her honor to be represented on a coin is just enough for people. No, it's very fine. It's very symbolic, and it's a beautiful gesture, and it represents women well, especially Black women and women of color. But that's pretty much as far as it goes. And I'm glad that they chose her. There could be several other, many other women they could choose uh, to be placed on there. And they're in the works of doing some of that, but they did a fine choice with her. But I believe that there could have been several other women as well. So it's a fantastic, wonderful form of symbolism. And that's the point I want to make is symbolism at its best. But not to, say it's nothing. No, it is good representation. It builds up people's thoughts of self esteem, self worth to a degree. I mean, when a young child, young little girl, Black girl, 6, 7 years old, puts that quarter in her pocket, she sees someone who looks like her, uh, resembles her, and for that, and for other young girls, that can help them feel more, uh, again, feel better about themselves and feel sense of esteem through that symbolism. From that perspective, uh, that's awesome. But we have to keep it in its proper context. So, yes, I think that it's good for women. I believe in women's rights and empowerment of women. Symbolically, this credit to that. More should be done for women. Uh, However, um, I think that another person who's a male should have been placed on there. Uh, and I believe that particular gentleman who's iconic and legendary and had made so many phenomenal contributions. And that would be one Frederick, Frederick Douglass, yes, Frederick Douglass, or even perhaps Thurgood Marshall should have been placed on the coin. Um, yes, it'd been fine if they had Maya Angelou and Frederick Douglass and Fannie Lou Hamer. We can't forget, and nobody should forget that they should definitely should have put Harriet Tubman on a 20. All representation of positivity and positive imagery that goes out throughout the world. I think that that should have happened. Again, we're talking about symbolism, but we need to put more respect and consideration on the great gentlemen, such as the uh, Frederick Douglasses, uh, Carter G. Woodsons, as I said before, Thurgood Marshall. Yes, let's have a place for them. So again, I'm for empowerment of all people, specifically empowerment of people who have been downtrodden based on their ethnicity and skin color. So again, the symbolization is fine. I like to get a coin myself, and I will use it as a collector's piece. So again, it shows a sense of positivity that people in China, South America, Europe can take this coin and say, look, this image right here of this woman who's been through so much, imperfect, and does some imperfect things, but is representative of greatness. And she's on that American coin, in which America is a great country, splendid, extraordinarily awesome nation with its warts, no doubt. But to be represented through that is a fine thing, quite fine. There's symbolism, but symbolism is good when it's looked upon and represented well, something that people can garner a sense of motivation from or a sense of esteem. So, from that perspective, that's a good thing. We need that because it's, again, a plethora of toxic, and negative imagery, misconceptions out there, specifically about people of color, Black Americans, women, women still being looked upon as uh, second class citizens, even being treated like that. No, human beings should be treated as first class citizens. Yes, men take leads and the whole alpha male thing. I understand that. And that's a place for that, and that's great. But at the end of the day, we're still human beings who deserve a modicum of decency, civility, and respect amongst each other, and which is lost. Yes, it seems like common sense, but common sense is so common. And in my videos, I like to re-establish that or bring awakening to that common sense factor. That's so vital and so important, and is a source of wealth in a sense. Because you can have a whole lot of things, but if you don't have your common sense, nah, it's not quite balanced ground there. So I'm here to again awaken, uh, promote the basics and find principles like common sense and positivity, which is we don't live in a quite positive society, and it's understandable. But it takes each one of us to do what we can, to be that and be a source of encouragement to others. So my Angelou coin, her image, her face on a quarter, that's a good thing. It's a good thing from a symbol, symbolization, that's to be taken as something to be looked upon in a positive way for all people, and even for specifically young children, young little girls. Yes, young little girls. Now, you could put Beyonce's picture on a coin, and that'd be fine, or a number of other different people. But the way it goes, you have to have had some time, and then it's just a sense of honor. But with that, whatever positive enforcement, motivational enforcement that it can have on people, especially the young ones, that'd be a good thing to consider. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone. Hope everyone's doing well in these quite challenging times with the virus going on. Stay protected. Uh, I was boosted, that I mentioned a couple of days ago. Uh, got the 2 shots and the booster, and didn't have any side effects. Of fine. So far, so good, as they say. So stay safe. Salute to Maya Angelou and our contributions, and for everyone who will find some positivity out of it. Again, it's a symbol, but it's a symbol that let's look upon it with a sense of uh, appreciation and pride. And politicians, if you're watching, do more than just put people's pictures on currency and coins and put it in people's pocketbooks and wallets. Yes. Uh, Maybe a stimulus. Yeah, a stimulus or cut taxes. No, different things that actually make a difference in people's lives and which is needed and deserved. And that's another subject matter. But again, thanks, Harriet Tubman. I hope you can be on that 20. Hey, those tubs, right? And many other great legendary historical figures who have made outstanding contributions. Let's upbuild them and give them a sense of appreciation and respect. Yes, this is just in consideration. So hopefully it's in the works. Again, have a great day, guys. Hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe and well. With that, I'll check you out soon. Till next time, peace out. One love. Deuces.